When a girl loves you, she will be so attached with you. She'll always want to call and text you.
Picture this scenario. You meet an amazing woman, you hit it off instantly, you feel that spark, and within hours you're already imagining your future together. Meanwhile, she seems interested but distant, maybe even a little cold. You're confused, frustrated, maybe even heartbroken. What went wrong? Here's the truth that most men never learn. The way women fall in love operates on a completely different timeline and system than how men do it. And understanding this difference isn't just helpful, it's absolutely critical if you want to build genuine, lasting attraction with the women you meet. Think of it this way. When it comes to romantic feelings, men are like instant coffee. Add hot water, stir once, and boom, you're ready to go. You see her smile, she laughs at your joke, and suddenly you're planning weekend getaways in your head. But women? Women are more like a slow-cooked meal. They need time, patience, and the right conditions to develop those deep feelings. This isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about understanding a fundamental psychological difference between how men and women process romantic attraction. And once you understand this process, everything changes. The foundation of how women develop romantic feelings rests on two critical pillars. First, time. There's no shortcut, no magic trick, no perfect line that will make her instantly fall head over heels. She needs time to process, to evaluate, to let her feelings develop naturally. Rushing this process is like trying to cook that slow-cooked meal in a microwave. Sure, you'll get something, but it won't be what you were hoping for. The second pillar is what psychologists call investment. This is where things get really interesting, because investment is something you can actually influence.
When a girl truly loves you, you are the first person with whom she shares every good and bad news.
The basic principle is simple but powerful. The more someone invests in something, whether it's time, energy, or effort, the more valuable that thing becomes to them. Think about it in other contexts. If someone gives you a free book, you might read it, you might not. But if you spend your hard-earned money on that same book, you're much more likely to read it cover to cover. You've invested in it, so it matters more to you. The same principle applies to romantic relationships. When a woman invests in you, whether through her time, energy, or effort, she becomes more emotionally connected to you. She starts to value you more. She becomes more interested in the outcome of your relationship. Most men get this completely backwards. They think they need to be the ones doing all the investing. They open every door, pay for every meal, plan every date, and basically remove any opportunity for her to contribute anything to the relationship. Then they wonder why she seems uninterested or treats them like just a friend. Here's what's actually happening. When you do everything for someone, you're robbing them of the opportunity to invest in you. And without that investment, without that sense that they've contributed something meaningful to the relationship, the emotional attachment just doesn't develop. Investment comes in several different forms, and understanding these different types will help you recognize them and encourage them appropriately. The first type is what we call behavioral investment, and it starts with something called compliance. Now, before you get the wrong idea, this isn't about being controlling or demanding. It's about creating opportunities for her to say yes to you in small ways, which builds a pattern of positive interaction.
Also, make sure you fall in love with the right person, okay? Do not miss your life. That is the most important thing.
Compliance operates on 3 levels, from simple to more complex. The first level involves polite requests. These are simple, non-threatening asks that most people would feel comfortable saying yes to. Things like asking her to hand you something, suggesting a specific time to meet, or inviting her to dance. These requests are perfect for building initial rapport because they're easy to say yes to. As she becomes more comfortable saying yes to your requests, you can progress to the second level, which involves more direct statements rather than questions. Instead of asking if she'd like to meet at a certain time, you tell her when you're meeting. Instead of asking if she wants to dance, you take her hand and say, "Let's dance." This progression is important because it establishes you as someone who takes the lead, which most women find attractive. It also increases her level of investment because she's not just agreeing to suggestions anymore, she's following your lead. The third level involves what you might call assumed compliance. This is where you simply move forward with confidence that she'll follow. You take her hand and lead her somewhere. You pull her closer during conversation. You escalate physically when the moment is right. The key to making this work is progression. You can't jump straight to level 3 without building through levels 1 and 2. And if you encounter resistance at any level, it often means you need to step back and build more investment at the previous level. The second major type of investment is mental investment, or what psychologists call rumination. This is when she's thinking about you even when you're not around. And the beautiful thing about this type of investment is that it works in your favor 24/7. There are several ways to encourage this kind of mental investment. One is by giving her small tasks or responsibilities related to your time together. Maybe you ask her to research a restaurant you're going to try, or to bring a specific dessert when she comes over. These tasks keep you on her mind as she plans and executes them. Another powerful trigger for mental investment is mystery.
The most dangerous person to be with is someone who doesn't want to love you, but also doesn't want to lose you.
When you leave certain things about yourself unclear or unknown, her mind naturally works to fill in the gaps. She wonders what you're thinking, what you might do next, how you feel about her. This mental activity is a form of investment that builds her emotional connection to you. The key with mystery is balance. Too little and you're boring. Too much and you're confusing or frustrating. You want to reveal enough about yourself to keep her interested while maintaining enough mystery to keep her thinking. The third type of investment is temporal, which simply means time. The more time she spends with you, especially quality time where you're both engaged and enjoying each other's company, the more invested she becomes. But here's something important to understand about time investment. It's passive, meaning it happens naturally just by being together. While it's necessary, it's not sufficient on its own. You need the other types of investment working alongside it. This is why some men can spend lots of time with a woman but never progress beyond friendship. They're getting temporal investment, but they're not creating opportunities for behavioral or mental investment. Understanding these principles helps explain some confusing dating situations. Ever wonder why a woman might seem more interested in a guy who's sometimes unavailable or unpredictable than in someone who's always there for her? It's because the unpredictable guy is creating more opportunities for investment, both mental and behavioral. Or why some women seem to be more attracted to men who challenge them occasionally, rather than men who agree with everything they say. Challenges create opportunities for behavioral investment as she works to prove her point or win you over. The practical application of all this is about creating the right balance. You want to be engaging and attractive while also creating space for her to invest in you. You want to be interesting and mysterious while also being genuine and authentic. You want to take the lead while also giving her opportunities to contribute. One common mistake is moving too fast emotionally. Remember, she needs time to develop feelings. If you're professing your love after the second date while she's still figuring out if she likes you, you're operating on completely different timelines. This pressure often pushes women away rather than drawing them closer. Another mistake is doing all the work in the relationship. If you're always the one texting first, planning dates, making decisions, and solving problems, you're not giving her any opportunity to invest. She becomes a passive participant in her own romantic life, which doesn't create the emotional attachment you're hoping for.
Never force anyone to choose you. If they think they can find someone better, let them go ahead and find it for themselves.
The goal is to create a dynamic where she's actively participating in building the relationship with you, where she's contributing her time, energy, and effort, where she's thinking about you and wondering about you, where she's saying yes to you regularly and feeling good about those decisions. This creates a positive feedback loop. The more she invests, the more attached she feels. The more attached she feels, the more willing she is to invest further. Over time, this builds into genuine, deep, romantic feelings. Remember, this process takes time. Her feelings will develop gradually, not all at once. Your job isn't to rush this process, but to create the right conditions for it to happen naturally. Be patient with the timeline while being intentional about creating investment opportunities. When you understand and apply these principles, you'll notice a shift in how women respond to you. Instead of trying to convince them to like you, you'll be creating situations where they convince themselves. Instead of chasing, you'll be attracting. Instead of wondering if she's interested, you'll be watching her investment levels tell you exactly where you stand. The women who fall in love with you will be the ones who have invested in you over time, in multiple ways, at their own pace. And those relationships will be stronger, deeper, and more fulfilling for both of you.